Sílvia, thank you for joining us. We also have Ulrich Brandner from the CIB Group, which I also invite to the stage. Thank you for being here with us, Ulrich. And last but not least, a good friend of mine, David Pedro, who is joining us from Metyis. David, where estás? Well, we're Portuguese, so I'm going to kiss Sílvia. She loves me too. Obrigado, Sílvia. So we've got 25 minutes to actually have a conversation with these guys, which are all wonderful people. So what I've done is I've prepared 3 questions, ones for each, which I've already shared with them, so I'm going to spoil that for them. And so I'm going to start with Sílvia because, you know, ladies first, always. And the thing that I wanted to ask Sílvia is the following. So evidence is at the forefront of digital transformation. I think this is true, right? So I would like to understand how your organization approaches education and professional development in the Algarve. And also, or in particular, what initiatives are currently in place to ensure that local talent is equipped with the necessary skills to contribute to a digitally transformed future? And if you could please provide some examples. Sílvia.
Sure. Is this thing on? Yeah. Well, thank you very much, first of all, for this invitation. I'm very honored. As I said on Wednesday, I'm born and raised here in Albufeira, so this is a double honor for me to be here today. And to talk a little bit about education, I want to explain a little bit why we are here today, okay, as Eviden, or ATH, because we belong to ATH Group. So back in 2017, 2018, we wanted to have a decentralized office in Portugal, okay? As we already do in some other geographies in Eviden, okay? So we wanted to be near to a top university with talent availability. So Algarve was the first choice, and it has been. Thank you. It has been a success. We are here since 2019. We first went to Lolé, and in 2022 we changed to Tec Campus. So when I joined Eviden, I was the 8th person in the Algarve, and at this day we are 168 people working from here. Okay, so it was crazy years for us. And we have to thank the region for this great opportunity to have all these great people working with us. So we wanted to have that talent availability. We have about 60% of my colleagues came or did some course with UALG, with the University of Algarve, and other ones that, like me, studied abroad, studied outside of Algarve, and wanted to come back and to live again in the region. And also we have other people that didn't live here before, and now they joined us because we are here present. So this is why we are here today, and that's why education is so valuable for us. We in Eviden, we encourage our people to pursue their academic paths. We have people doing their masters while working with us. We have people doing their PhDs. So we have this flexibility, and we encourage them to use some use cases from our projects to apply on their formation. Of course, internally, we also have trainings and certifications, not also to be competitive in this world of IT. Of course, we have here at our office mainly of our people work for international projects, mainly for Spain, but other ones for Netherlands, UK. So we need certification, we need people certified in, for example, cloud services, in all the hyperscalers, in some platforms like OutSystems. So we do give that certification to our people, and also that keeps them motivated to continue to be with us and to be in the region, so to not just left the region to other parts of the world. And also to continue the education and to know how important this is for our organization. We also have here in Faro 2 competence centers, one in GenAI, so we are forming people on this inevitable trend. So if, as an integrator, we need to be keep going as with this fast pace. So we have one in GenAI and another one in Salesforce, also to be able to be more competitive in our market. Okay.
Great for that. Thank you, Sílvia. Ulrich, I love your shoes, man. Really love your shoes. Have you noticed the shoes of Ulrich? And I was pretty impressed when I looked you up, the group that is, and I realized that you are well regarded for innovation in software and automation solutions, so it was quite impressive to learn about you guys. And so what I wanted to ask you is, in your opinion, how can the Algarve leverage your expertise, your group's expertise, that is, and global network to create a more internationally competitive educational environment, attracting both local and international talent to the region? How do you see this?
Okay, thank you very much for the invitation and for your question. But I should introduce myself and the company a little bit.
Sure.
First, the shoes. The shoes are from...
Great detail, man.
Okay, the detail is, this is an ecological shoe. This is aus plastic of Mediterranean Sea. And we get here a recycling situation of the shoe. And this is a typical situation for us to see how could we make more for society.
I've got one question. Do you have them in green?
Pardon?
Do you have them in green? This is a football thing. I'm a huge sporting fan, just like Benfica. So I just wanted to know you have them in green because I would like to buy one.
We could make an arrangement if you want. Yeah, okay.
Cool. We'll talk later.
So, but I think maybe I make a mistake at the beginning with the shoes. I found a company. I'm the owner of 10 companies worked in the European market. First, we have begun 89 in Munich with 7 people. Now we are 150 or more. I don't count it today. But we have in Germany, in Spain, in Portugal, offices and companies. And maybe it's an interesting situation to talk about the Spanish activity we have, because my motivation to get in the Spain market, first in Las Palmas, the Gran Canarias, then in Valencia, was how high is unemployment of young people in this area. Do you know how high is the quote of unemployed people here in Algarve?
The unemployment rate in the Algarve?
Yeah, roundabout.
Depends. Are you talking about young people or not that young people? Because the average is around 8%. Young people would be around 15%.
I have read now 18%. And this is more than the average in the European market. Mm-hmm. And in Canary Island, they have 68 unemployed young people. So for my motivation was give them an offer to get in the market of IT, because maybe it's the same situation like in Algarve. They typically live for tourism, maybe for agriculture, for labor, maybe for the government, not for IT. We was the first one, nearby the first one, to give them offer in the combination with the University of Las Palmas. And it could be also a template for Algarve, because we start last year here in the Algarve Tech Campus with, Anna, how much people we are here? 5? No. We will in November, it should be 5. Sorry, Metyis. It's an insider story, yeah? Okay. And we will give them the same offer to give, you have talked about work as a bachelor, a master, PhD. We have everything in the same manner. And maybe not only in Munich, we could have other university, because we spend 50% of our revenue every year in research and development. And typically we make it in the cooperation with universities and with Fraunhofer or RIT. Maybe you know Fraunhofer is the government side institute of research. Also RIT is a research institute in Austria, in Vienna. And I like to be close with them, especially with artificial intelligence, because we begin with artificial intelligence development 97. 97? 97? It was LSTM. Maybe you have heard about LSTM, long short-term memory. This was Professor Schmidhofer of the Technical University of Munich. I have studied in there long ago. And we tried to get artificial intelligence with less data and a Pentium PC. This was not a good idea. So we wait for a longer time to get now a really good team. Now we have several of solutions, around about 200 solutions we have in the market. ATH banks works with our solution, also insurance company, also government side, and worldwide BMWW with our solution. So we have an offer background in the industry, also the situation of the university in the combination. I think we have a good offer for your people here.
Excellent, excellent. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And again, green, that will be great in green. David, now we're good friends, so we've known each other for a couple of years now, more than a couple of years.
Was my professor, so.
Well, you shouldn't have said that. So kind of an inside joke. David, so Metyis is known for its unique blend of strategy and innovation, and what I think it's different from those guys is that you take that into to make action happen in the companies, right? So your thing is get data, transform the data into information, and that action, right? So what I wanted to know from you, David, is how do you believe innovative education models or partnerships could accelerate talent development in the Algarve, ensuring the region remains competitive in sectors that demand forward-thinking approaches?
First, thank you for being here. Congratulations to the organization to set a place like this with a nice view, like we don't see in other places. So yeah, thanks for that. First, a small context. So it's good to have or to be in a panel here with other companies that recently also invested and started to invest in Algarve. In our case, yes, it was a little bit different because we started a small startup back in 2017. And after we started to work with small and medium companies here in Algarve, we discovered that bigger companies had data issues bigger than the smaller ones, of course. And we started working with larger companies, getting together and partnered with consultancy companies. One of them worked with us together in Carlsberg, or with Carlsberg as a client. And after that, they, in this case, a Dutch, so a company based in Amsterdam, decided to invest not only in Algarve, so they bought Your Data, our small startup, but also invested in Porto. So we are now 250 employees in Portugal, and we have 220 around that in Porto. We have a smaller team here in Algarve with around 20 employees here. But we were 6, so it's a good trend, and the university played a crucial role here. So to answer now to your question, I believe that yeah, we need to see university and the students as our talent pool, bringing that talent to the companies. So there are a lot of steps to be made on this field, but I believe we are in a good position and with a good direction to solve many of the issues that we have. I have to mention that when we started Your Data back in 2017, like I was saying, when I searched by Power BI, so a Microsoft business intelligence tool, we were 4, and the 4 of us worked in Your Data. So it was when the tool also started, but it was a sign that there was a lot to be done on this field. And yesterday I have updated my search on LinkedIn, and there were more than 30 full pages of people mentioning that they had that capability, in this case, the example of Power BI. So it's a good example of how the things are ramping up also in Algarve. But there are, of course, things that we need to leverage on. If we talked about the university, we are already doing some things. So, for instance, our people is giving trainings in university context. We have a lot of curricular internships that are being made in our company and in Algarve specifically. And I have to say that from the 26 people that already worked with us since 2020, 13 of them were from internships in this case, that we convert from interns to contracts. And of course, some of them already moved to other companies like CIB. But it's a good thing, because again, we need to continue to grow, put people in face of other problems, bring that problems and those project challenge also as a challenge to the university, and again make this kind of pipeline even bigger. One of the things that we need to do, and move that challenge as well to you and to the university, is close or continue to close the gap between what we need in the companies, in the projects where we work with, and the talent, because we have talent. That's why all of us are working here in Portugal, but more directed or with more skills orientated to what we need specifically. So it's important that this kind of feedback and the way the university adapts and changes the curricula, it's very important, because, for instance, I can give you that example as well. We also have software engineers, and what happens is that the bachelor that we have in the university is more orientated, but because of historical reasons, of course, for web development. And in this case, we are needing, and we have a lot of people that is asking us for that, to start working with data engineering, for instance, on that field. And the skills are not the same, so we need to train them on the job. That's why we also use the internship as a way to adapt all these skills and train that people that after the internships start to work in a more shadowing way of doing things, and let's say in a space of a year they are ready to be on job with complete autonomy. So it's important that the university starts that adjustment before, and if we are able to do it, I think we could even feed these companies in a faster way. So those are some of the things that we should do. Of course, there are other things that we can do besides that. Thinking in a mid-long-term view.
Maybe we can do it in the next round. So we've been doing, well, it's Portuguese, so he talks a lot. I knew he was going to do that. So we had like 5 minutes to go. And I wanted to throw an idea here. So the Algarve is basically known for tourism. We know 40% of our GDP depends directly on tourism. Around 40% of our employment depends directly on tourism. If you factor in the indirect, you get to 70, 80 easily. And I'm a strong believer that we need to diversify the economic basis of the Algarve. And I'm a strong believer that we can do this by doing IT at the best top level in the world. And so what I wanted to know from you guys, because you are, as I wrote here, leaders in your respective fields, I would like to know how we can come up with a way to set up a pipeline of people, talent, good people, that can, one, satisfy your needs of employees and talent, and more importantly, how can we export that talent worldwide so that more people want to come here to the Algarve to be taught, to learn, to do research and develop the ecosystem. So how do you see this in terms of the future, like let's say 5 years down the road? Sílvia.
Yeah, I think the university has a main role on that pipeline, but not also the university, but for example, on reskilling, we also have the employment institution that does reskilling of other areas to IT. In Eviden, we already had a course with the university and the institution of employment to reskill some people into IT, in business analysts. We do have a person that works with us since 2022 that is one of them, so came from tourism to IT. So that is one way to keep up with the pipeline. Of course, it's not the only way. Through the university and through these initiatives to show the world that we are on the map, and with all of these companies that are operating worldwide, it's very important to show the region. At Eviden, we have almost weekly sessions showing our local delivery center, for example, to France and to Netherlands. So we are keeping our internal pipeline and our internal growth through our internal channels with Eviden. And also our clients are the best flags that we have to show that Faro at Algarve is on the map and has so many talent people.
Excellent. Ulrich, comment please.
Ulrich. It's not possible for you, I know it.
Say Coelho, please.
Okay, I think perfect words. Thank you very much. We do the same. But I make some other vision for you. How could we get good talent people to us? We have decided CIB, the company stands for Without Paper since '89. So we mix digitalization, and the most people, the customer, save time minimum of 40%. I think normal 60%. So what do we with this free time? We said to our employees and candidates, in 2 years, you could have a 4-day week. Friday is free. Because we have much time for really interesting situation for your family and for other situation. And I should be here closer to the microphone, sorry. And so we could give here an example, how could we use the digitalization and the artificial intelligence to use more freedom for your private side. So somebody talk about work-life balance, somebody talk like me of work-life blending, because for me it's not a clear, sharp cut. So we have a both situation. Also we have here the situation for vacation. We have several locations in Europe, and if you want to work, our candidates, our employees can work in Munich, they can work in Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, in Valencia, in Lisbon, or in Faro, so for 2 or 3 months. So this is offer. I think so we get with this good offer, good talent people. And one sentence less, we have also smart money for startups. If you work with our company, maybe we have one example in Hamburg. We have makes a decision. They could make their own startup. We have a quarter of the company, and they could work for their own ideas. So this is the offer we give.
That's excellent. David, final remarks. You got 35 seconds.
It's easy. No.
Sorry.
No problem.
Who's to blame?
Yeah. No problem. One of the things that we know is that the university is already one of the more international universities that we have here in Portugal. I think it's the most one. Exactly. The influence of, for instance, Brazilians coming to here since they are young, it's a good thing, because then companies don't need to work on that process later. So if they come younger, it's a good thing to increase the talent here in Algarve. We have other things like, for instance, like we did with your data, that is moving people that studied management to BI, for instance, a quite good and easy transition if they are talent, of course. So we have a lot of instruments that could enable us to increase this kind of pipeline and help all these companies to grow, and even more to come. Yeah.
Guys, thank you for this. I'm sorry we're out of time. So once again, thank you for joining us here, and I hope that you enjoyed our speakers. Thank you.